Hello and welcome to the shed. In today's video we're going to be having a look at the square. Hope you enjoy. So when it comes to the square, we have a lot of different offerings. We have what's known as engineer squares. We have combination squares, which are also engineered squares. We have cheap aluminium junk from the big box store. We have vintage style wooden and metal with brass. New ones, wooden and metal with brass. Like these two. And so many more. We've got tri-squares, we've got panel squares. I currently don't own a panel square, although I should, and so I can't actually speak to the panel square, but I'm looking mainly at our woodworking ones that you're going to be using for your fine woodworking. So you also do have other ones there, like the plastic and speed squares and metal and plastic, and yeah, there's a whole host of different squares there. Now, I don't think speed squares belong in any sort of fine woodworking in my mind. I've not seen any that are particularly accurate, but if you've got one, do sound off below, because I'm eager to find out if you do use them and you find them fairly accurate. What I've got here is, well, I don't know what brand this is. I have a feeling, considering it's in a similar design to the Joseph Marple one I've got here, it could be a Marple's one, but a lot of these were made by different makers, so I can't really speak to what this is, but all I did was get it and square it up and cleaned it up and gave it a coat of shellac. So, and these ones here are both by Joseph Marple. You can see the walnut on this one, and this one's also walnut. They're just a different color. This one's just a cheap big box store one, which does have little pins here, so theoretically it could be adjusted, but it doesn't work well. It's never really been square. Then I forget what brand this one was that I picked up from a place here in Sydney Tools, but you've seen lots of these style. This is just, I think it was Gross brand, and it's square. Then we have combination squares, and when we get into combination squares, there's a lot of different argument as to what you should go for. Obviously you want one that's fairly accurate and, in my mind, not too expensive, although some would argue that since this is the basis of your accuracy in all your woodworking, that maybe you want to go for something like a Starrett, which is the top of the wazoo. And then you've got other brands like Pex, which have fairly similar build quality to the Starrett. And then I think you have iGauge falling in that area after. Now, obviously, I can only go on based on what others have said about the Starrett and the Pex, but I know Starrett was the original one that was made, and they are very expensive here in Australia, and so I did go with the iGauging one, and to be honest, I've been pretty happy with it. I did get this one in the full 4-piece set that had this stock, the ruler, it had a center finding thing and a compass part, and those other attachments are not even worth having, in my opinion. I've never used them. I have no need for them. There's other ways to work out center and all that sort of thing, and angles and that, and so just save yourself the money and just get the basic square. This is the 300mm version. To be honest, I don't really have a favorite out of all of these, other than maybe not going for a big box store one and going for something more woodwork oriented. I think the combination square has benefits over these other ones, and that is that you can slide the stock like this. You can do a mitre on this better than even the tri-square setup like this one that has a little mitre thing. You actually have better sort of registering for that if you want to do a mitre with something like this. And you also do have the benefit that you can use the combination square for depth gauges and finding little marks and running lines along the side. So I think that you really should be looking for a combination square, but all these other squares work for marking things square. The other advantage that this one does have is that it is 300mm versus these ones that only sit at about 200mm, and so you can actually get across almost the widest of boards with this. I will leave links to other ones down below so you can actually check them out, but these are what I've used. I have no complaints with any of these style of squares, to be honest. A square's a square as a square. You can check it for square, and if you want to find out how to check your square for square and re-square it, I will leave that down below. But I would love some of you out there to sound off about panel squares. I know the cheap ones are easy and you've got to hit them with a punch to square them up, but I'd love to know what you think are some good brands of panel squares, because that's just one thing I don't have here, and a nice panel square or a T-square could be good to have. So if some of you do have those, do sound off below. I'd rather love you to include that as part of this so I can educate myself and also everyone else. So there you have it, folks. That's the Humble Square. This is what I use. So do sound off in the comments and let me know what you use as well, because I'm very eager to actually find out what it is that you use and whether you use anything similar to what I have here. Or maybe you use wooden squares. Do sound off in the comments and let me know about that as well. If you'd like to see another great video such as the one I've seen here today, do check out the video just here, which I go through the Traveler's Kit. Bye for now.